Welcome to Brief Python course. Today we are going to cover the chapter 2, Conditionals. My name is Eric Chow, Dr. Chow. Today's topic, we will go over the flowchart, Boolean value, character and string, Boolean expression, and conditional structure. So before you learn programming, you need to know about how problem can be solved. And the tool to solve a problem will be using the flowchart or pseudocode. So flowchart pseudocode is the way that you document down your way of thinking. So the way of thinking is very important. And we usually use flowchart or pseudocode. Pseudocode is English-like plain language to describe your problem or your solution. So this is very important before you actually write down your program in Python. You can use flowchart or pseudocode to explain it. The next one, we are going to talk about Boolean value, character, and string. These are some other more data types in Python. Then we'll go into the conditional statements and the conditional structures and Boolean expression to talk about what are the selection in the program. So flowchart. Flowchart is a graphical representation of an algorithm. Programmers often use it as a program planning tool to solve a problem. And sometimes it's used as a documentation tool so that other engineers or programmer can look at your documentation and then be able to figure out what you tried, the way that you try to solve the problem. So it is a very important tool, not only for personal documentation purpose, but also for teamwork. It makes use of symbol which connected among them to indicate a flow of informational processing. They are data flow, they are control flow, and usually flowchart is for the control flow. And you can also have another kind of chart called data flow chart. And data flow chart is usually figuring out how data being processed from one stage to the other. And control flow usually is written down in flowchart. So the way that we talk about flowchart right here, mostly is talking about the control flow. So let's look at the basic symbols in the flowchart. There are terminals in our input, output, and processing, decision, and connector. So terminal is the beginning point or ending point. So usually you use a rounded rectangle. This is the terminal, and the end is similar, a rounded rectangle. And input output, usually you use like this, a parallelism or a diamond shaped, I should say parallelism. And then processing, you use a square. Sometimes if it is a subroutine, you have two more line on the side. If it is just as a box, you actually use a rectangle for processing. Decision, you use a diamond, this one, vertical diamond. And connector, you use a circle. Okay? And we'll talk about how these different items being used in the real flowchart. So terminal is oval shape or rounded rectangle. And I personally, most of the time, use a rounded rectangle. And input output use a parallelogram to denote any function of the input output type. And processing, you use a rectangle. And decision, you use a diamond shape. And usually this one, you provide yes or no, true or false route. And connector is connecting one page to the other, usually is a stop point. So usually you go several steps, and then you say A, and then from the other page, you start from A and get started from here. That's the way you use a connector. So connector usually is a jumper between the different pages. For line, you use a line or arrow headed line. Okay, you can use your flowchart to draw down your daily schedule. So to draw this one down, you actually will write down like this. So you wake up at 6 a.m. and depending on whether it's a weekday or weekend. If weekend, you go to gym, and then you go to park. If not, then you may actually drive to your company. Okay, so some flowchart is like this. This is your partial result for the daily work schedule. You can continue to make it complete. But right here, this is only an example of how to do flowchart to draw down your daily work schedule. So draw a flowchart about what will happen if you go to the library, borrow a book, and you search on the computer. If the book exists, it may be available or have been borrowed. Then what will you do? So basically, think about the scenario. So flowchart is sometimes also related to the scenario design. Scenario design. What is scenario design? Before we write down a program, you need to know about the scenario. So let's assume that we are writing a program for the library. So library may have front desk, may have some librarian to keep track of the books. So front desk, if you talk to the front desk maybe is a information center. So she may need to have a book searching engine, okay? And then the book searching engine will tell you where the book is, okay? And then there's another desk maybe have seated with a librarian. And then you go to check if the book exists. If it exists, you would like to borrow it and then check it out. So the whole process is a scenario. Some part is a computer system, some part is human system. And then you need to design the system well first before you write the program. So this is something you can do to work out the scenarios for a person who go to the library and want to borrow a book. So write down this one, and that is a homework you can work on. But because we are continuing for the lecture, so this one will remain an exercise for you, and please try this one out by yourself. And apparently, there's no solution for this one because there are so many options. This one is just a exercise. So if we think about comparing two numbers and finding out the maximum, this is a simple flowchart. You get started, you input number one and you input number two number, and you compare. If number one greater than number two is true, then you display number one. Then number one is the larger number. And then if not, you actually will display number two. So here we have true and false involved. These are the Boolean variable. Number one greater than number two, that is a logic, and sometimes we call it Boolean variable. Or Boolean expression. Number one greater than number two is a Boolean expression. Boolean is the name of a person called George Boole. George Boole is a British mathematician, and his last name is Boole, George Boole. And he was a person in the 19th century. And then he laid out the fundamental work for the study of the digital system, binary logic, and also Boolean logic. So because we would like to remember him, and then all of the logic variables, we call it Boolean variable. It's a adjective term with an added to the Boole. That is the last name of the person. So usually we talk about Boolean variable means a logic variable. And the value can be true or false. In Python, the true value must be TRUE, capital T. False must use capital F. So these are the Boolean variable and the flowcharts. And flowchart usually had input box, output box, processing box, output box, and also the decision box. These are the main component in the flowchart. So we may have conditional steps. So let's assume that we have x equals 5. When x less than 10, we'll print out it's actually smaller. And it's greater than 20, we'll print bigger. So that is a program for the guessing number problem, okay? And then this is the flowchart. So Boolean value, you usually, when you try to describe some solution of a computing problem, or you try to talk about some decision, you basically voted for yes or no. And some in Python language, we talk about true or false. In some language, true is actually 1, false is actually 0. But here, we only use the true or false in Python. So when binary decision need to be made, we will need to use a Boolean value. So Boolean expression is a expression that uses a Boolean variable or Boolean constants. A Boolean value is true or false. We talked about it already. Two values, true or false, 0 or 1. And then Boolean expression is the combination of the Boolean value and the Boolean operators, plus, minus, greater, less than, okay, those kind of the operators, and you form a Boolean expression. So Boolean expression sometimes is, you may have n greater than n. This is a Boolean expression. You may have B1, okay, Boolean, and then B2, two Boolean value using the AND. So AND is a Boolean operator. So Boolean expression will typically return the value true or false. N greater than M, it may be true, may be false. Sometimes we write down T/F. And B1 and the B2 also may be true or false. So B1 can be like, let's assume that B1 is actually a logic term that you are happy. And you are happy may be true or false. B2, let's assume that you are rich. So when you are rich and happy, then B1 and B2 will be true. If you are happy but not rich, or rich but not happy, or not happy and not rich, then this will get false. So basically, Boolean expression is the combination of Boolean variables or a calculation of some inequality or equality expression in the math. So comparison operator look at the variable and do not change the variable, but they will evaluate the variables and combination to provide a true or false value. So comparison operator, these are 6 comparison operators. So mathematically, you write down less than equal to as this. Equal, you write down like this. Greater than you or equal to, you write down like this. Not equal, you write down like this. But you have to use the Python symbol in Python language. So there is no such thing as equal, greater than. No, it's only greater, equal. The order must be exactly the same as what we described over here. So these are 6 basic operators to determine the Boolean value, Boolean expression. So we have x equals 5. If x equals 5, we print out x equals 5. So when x equals 5 is true, then we print this. This is one, we call it if statement. So if x greater than 4, this one you need to follow by a column. If x greater than 4, yes, it is greater than 4 because it's actually a 5. So you print greater than 4. If greater equal to 5, you will print out greater than equal to 5. That actually is true. If x less than 5, you will print out less than 6. You print out less than 6. If less than equal to 5, you will print out less than equal to not equal 6, you print out not equal 6. So these are all true. Everyone is true, and you will print out the corresponding message. And one thing you need to take care of is here also have the full space for indentation, and then this print statement belong to this if statement. So that's a COBRA concept. Character, okay. Character. So we transmit the data by email or actually store in computer. And every English letter have its own representation. We call it ASCII code. ASCII code is short for American Standard Code for Information Inter-Exchange, ASCII, okay, ASCII code. And then A, okay, A is stored in computer as decimal 65 or hexadecimal 41. Hexadecimal number, we use a 0x. It is a base 16 number. Okay, base 16 number. So basically, 0x41 would be 41. 4 is representing 16. 1 representing 1. So this one would be 64 plus 1. So the value will be 65 is the ASCII number, ASCII code for A. So A started from 65 to 90 for G. And then lowercase a starting from 97, that is hexadecimal 61 to 122 for lowercase g. So these are the numbers, the ASCII code numbers for the letters. So if you say the order of A, you got 65. That is the ASCII code number in decimal system. And then if you say character of 65, you get A symbol. This one is A single quote, single quote. Single quote means a letter. Okay, if you just put an A, that maybe is a variable name. Okay, let's look at the idle and then see the difference. Right here, just looking at these slices, you don't feel of how the computer system will work. So let me actually close my slices. Let me bring up the idle. So you bring up the idle again. So you say A equals 3. This A is a variable. this is not a symbol in computer. So you will store a 3 in A. Okay. Now you're printing. Okay. And this is not a character. This is not a character we talk about. So a character actually is a message. So we can say A equals A, single quote, single quote, A, single quote. This A now stored with a symbol. And this symbol would be A. Okay. And then it actually, in computer, it would be 65. Or in binary number is 0B. 0B means a binary number, and you have 0, 0, 0, 0. I'm sorry, 0, 1, 0, 0, and then 0, 0, 0, 1. This one also you can write down a 0x41. Hexadecimal value. And the 0B is binary number. So this one is A you store in the computer. And when you print A, you've got the A symbol. And if you check the order of this A variable, you got 65. If you print the CHR of order of A order of A is 65, and character of the 65 will be going back to the A character again. Okay, so order function and character function is a forward and backward reverse function relationship for the ASCII code. And the next one is Unicode. Unicode is needed when the computer trying to incorporate all of the non-English letters. So English letter is very simple because it's only 8-bit. IBM extended ASCII code would be enough to represent all of the English labels. But in something like Chinese letters, you cannot use the ASCII code to store it. So in that case, what can we do? We use Unicode. So you can search the Unicode, internet for Unicode. Okay, Unicode is the world character standard for text and emoji. There are all kinds of symbols that you can use. Okay, and they have different range. So you can also actually try to search using multilingual print in Unicode. You have print 0, you will get the image, and this will tell you what is print 0. Let me open it in the new tab. Okay, so basically, you extend the ASCII code from 1 byte. 1 byte is 8-bit to 2 byte. 2 byte is 16-bit. So the first 8-bit is 00. This one reserved for the English. And 01, 02 is reserved for some European languages. And as you can see here, there are a lot of the pink color region. These are mostly Chinese symbols. And then there are some darker pink colors. These are usually for the Southern Asia language, such as Indian Hindi or some India language or Thai languages. Okay, so this one is a multilingual print. Just to tell you that the characters are represented by 60-bit. For example, my last name Chou, C-H-O-U, you can assign it by Unicode. So you take single quote /U /5468, and you can print child. This is the Chinese character that for my last name Chinese letters. Okay, so /U 5468. So you can also use child equals 0x 5468. This is a hexadecimal value, and you print it for child. You get this number, right? And let's try to use child equals CHR or the child, and then we print CHOU. You get the same character back. Okay, so CHR and the older numbers are a pair of functions, not only working for English, but also working for all of the foreign languages that we call it Unicode. But right here, we will stop the discussion of Unicode up to here, okay? Going further would be more difficult. That's not the purpose of this chapter. So Python would use 16-bit Unicode. We call it UTF-16, okay? Okay, these are the ASCII code portion, okay, hexadecimal and ASCII code. So what you need to remember, more important part is from 41, this is a hexadecimal value, to 58, that is 90. This region is uppercase English label. Also from 61 to 7A, that's A to G, from 97 to 122. Those are the lowercase Englishes. Also from 30 to 39, that is the region for the numbers. Okay, these are something you need to remember. Usually these are more valuable ASCII code information. And then more general Unicode or English, okay, is right here. But this one, as you can see, is 0030, so it actually is a 16-bit format. String is a collection of the characters. So string usually store some messaging. So string in Python would have single quote, such as my Chinese last name, double quote, AA, that's also a string. Triple quote, that's also a string. So you can put triple quote, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So single quote, double quote, triple quote, they all represent for string in Python. You can also have the double quote, but nothing in there. This one actually is a empty string. A string with no letter. That's also legal expression for string. So string is a data collection for the text. You represent your name or sometimes your address, okay, in string. So you can declare a variable 1 equals hello world, variable 2 equals Python programming. So hello world will be stored to variable 1. Hello 2 will be stored in the variable 2. Let's look at the idle. So you can have another one. You can have A equals welcome to Python. B equals Mr. Johnson. And then you can do this point A comma B. So print out two string, and you become welcome to Python, Mr. Johnson. You can also say C equals A plus one empty space plus B. And then you can print C. So plus sign is a connection of the three string, A string, and one space string and B string. So these are the basic string definition and its operations. So string is used for the processing of the text. And text is one very important part of the programming when you need to describe something using English. So here, a string is a sequence of characters. A string literal use quote, single quote, hello, single quote, or double quote, hello, double quote. There's no difference for using one single quote or double quote. For string, plus sign means concatenate, means the connecting two strings together. So string one is hello, string two is there. And then your Bob equals string one plus string two. So when you print Bob, Bob becomes hello there. And then string three is 1, 2, 3. String 3 plus 1 is 1, 2, 3 plus 1. That 1 is not a string. So you cannot edit the string with a 1. If you want to add the string 1, you should use plus double quote 1. Okay, that will solve the problem. Or you convert the string to integer. That would be okay. This one is convert a string to integer. So you will get what? You get 1, 2, 3 plus 1. You will get 124. So remember the plus sign in integer, that is the arithmetic addition. But in string, that will become a concatenation that's connecting two strings together. So we prefer to read data using string and parse them and then convert the data that we need into something else. Okay. So let's actually look at this one. Let's look at one problem. Let's go back to our idle. I'm going to create a new file. So this new file, I'm going to get this, okay? I'm going to get C equals integer input. So I'm going to input expecting an input string and convert it to integer. So enter the Celsius temperature. I got C. And then you add the Fahrenheit temperature would be C times 1.8 plus 32. So then this is input, processing, and output. So then we do point, okay. C, okay. Degree C, okay. Is F degree F. Okay, here I use a double quote, single quote. It actually both are representing string, so there's no difference. So I will save this program to a location, and this sample code you should be able to download from my course image. Okay, I'm stored right here. I'm going to create a new directory called BP2. I'm sorry, I type in the same number. Okay, in BP2, I'm going to store this one as temperature.p1, temp.p1. Okay, so you're expecting me to enter a a number in Celsius. Let's assume it's actually 100. So you convert it to 212 degree F. Let's go back. Okay, let's go back. So we can do print C. Okay. Slash U212103. Okay, is F slash U2109. Let's try this one out. So 2103 is the degree C symbol. 2109 is the degree F symbol. Okay, so this one shows you the use of Unicode as well. If you want to have the temperature symbols. Okay, let me save it one more time. So anyway, these are the use of the basic string. So next one is the accessing of the string values. What is accessing of the string value? We store the string for so many characters in one string variable. So variable 1 is hello world, variable 2 is Python programming. So if I check variable 1 is 0, this index location 0 is H. So it started from 0. So you have hello world exclamation mark. The index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, space 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, I put another 0. Exclamation mark 11. Okay. So when you say the value variable 1 of 0, you got H. Variable 2 is Python language programming, so you get 1, 2, 3, 4, but not including by N, so you get YTHO for the second printing statement. Okay. Next one, looking inside the string. So let's assume we have a string called banana, and the index starting from 0. So you have the index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The length is 6, but 6 has no data. Let's assume this is a string number, we call it N. So this will be 0 up to N minus 1. Okay, N is the length of the string. So the length of the string, you can use the len of the string to figure out how long it is. So for example, your variable string is called float. So you can use the len of the float. It will tell you how long the string is, and you got a 6. So you say float 1 assigned to later. So float 1 is later A, you'll be assigned to the later, and you print later, you got A. When x equals 3, x minus 1 equals 2, and you assign the character 2 to W. W is a N symbol. So a character too far. So let's assume that is ABC. You print that file. We only have the index 0, 1, 2. That file doesn't exist. So you will get a exception, a warning of the string index out of range. So you get a Python error message. So you cannot go too far. You cannot reach some variable or some character that's not even exist. It is not legal to do that. And you can print out the length of the float that will give you 6. And the length function is to calculate how many characters inside the string. So it can be a value from 0 to any arbitrary integer. Okay, so we can actually have the length function. So, okay, this one calculate length. So update the string. Okay, like one more thing. This for loop. Okay, let's look at the for loop. So you have a string called banana. but you want to print out each character. What can you do? Going back to here, let's try another one. Let's create a new program. Let's call it banana. So we do have a string. Let's actually call it string s equals banana. Okay. So you want to look at every character. So you say for every character in banana s, you print ch. So this we call it for loop. For loop is that every time you get a character from the banana and you print it. So that's to print and parentheses. Print parentheses will print an empty line. So you will get banana and then space. Okay. If you want to do this, you want to do for each ch in banana, put the banana here and print ch. That is also fine. You also print banana again. That's each of the data from the string. So use a string variable or string value. It doesn't matter here. Okay. You can also do for I in range. Range is a function. Let's assume we use a range 6. 6 is the length of the banana. You print the I. So range function will generate a number from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but not including 6. From 0 to 6, but not including 6. So you print banana, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, you can also print it as the S I value. So you will also print a banana because that's each access in each character by index. So you can also change this 6 to length of the S. Length of the S is 6. Then you will go through every character as same. So it's another banana. Okay, so these are the way that you access each individual characters. There are many, many functions that you can use. Okay, so characters, they may have the escape sequence. Let me check it. Okay, one more time. So we finished that with actually update string. Okay, let's look at this update string first before we go into the characters. So you have a variable 1 equals hello world. You can print update string and then :6. :6 means that you are starting from 0 up to 6 plus Python. So 0 up to 6 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but not including 6. So it's a hello space. So hello space plus Python, you get hello Python. Let's try this one out. Okay, let's assume we have a string equals hello world B equals Python. And then we would like to print S from 0 to 6 plus B. B is Python. You get hello Python. Okay. So you can always try it out with the idle environment. So here we have some escape sequences. So what does escape sequence mean? For example, the \n is a new line. We already show you \u will give you the in recall. Okay. And then /f is form feed, /t is tab. Okay, so let's try it out once. So right here, let's do point a /t, t /t, c /t, e /n, e /t, f /t /n. So you got this. Okay, so basically you have a /t, that would be tapping, and then b tapping, c tapping, and then d change line. /n is change line, and then e tapping, f tapping, and then change line. So you get such result. This is a so-called escape sequence, but sometimes escape sequence is for this. If you do double quote // it will just print out single / because / is treated as a special character. So escape sequence usually is treating for the special character in Python. So / will print out a single / later. So sometimes you may want to print out a quote. So you can do print single quote / double quote, and then a / double quote. That will give you a double quote a double quote, because / double quote is double quote. But you can also do this. Okay, you can also do single quote double quote a double quote single quote. That will also print out double quote a. Okay, you can also do this print. Okay, double quote single quote a single quote double quote, and then you print out the single quote. So if your data is if your outside string start and string end a symbol is single quote, then double quote would be okay to use. If your start and ending symbol for the string is a double quote, then single quote symbol can be used. Okay, these are the rules. If you need to design your own string when you want to print them. So these are escape sequences. And here we do have some slicing rules. So these are slicing rules. I would just talking about the basic rules, okay? So plus sign, you will connect two strings together. This is a operator. So you have A plus B. A is hello, B is Python. You connect it as hello Python, okay? Times means you are going to repeat it several times. So A times 2 is hello, hello, give you 2 hello, okay? Then brackets is for a single element access. So A1, you get E if your A's index 1 location is E, okay? And the column is called range slicing. So you will have two numbers, 1 to 4, 1 included, 4 not included. So you have H, E, L, L, O. So 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 not included. 1, 2, 3 is ELL. You get ELL. 4 is not included. So in you check if the character is inside a string or not. So H in A is true. Will give you true. Okay. Now in M in A, that will give you false. Okay. So M not in A will give you true. Okay. So when you use R slash, okay, that would be a row string. Row string, you don't care the escape sequence. Okay. And then percentage is formatted string. Okay, let's look at formatted string. I just introduced the basic one. We would actually teach you more complicated formatted string. later, okay, in other course. So let's assume that we have temperature, okay, percentage D \n. \n is to change line, and right here we have percentage. So you need to use a percentage operator. So this one, let's assume is 32. So this is 32. Okay, if there in the middle there's a percentage sign, this is 32 will be used to replace the percentage D. Percentage D is a single integer. So when you hit return, you print out temperature 32 because you and change the line because your 32 is used to replace the temperature. So let's assume that you do have the temperature percentage D, and then you use a \u 2103, okay, is percentage D, okay, to \u 2109, and then \n, okay. Now you use the percentage sign, and then you put your replacement character at the end, and then you use 100 and the 212. These are two numbers. So first number 100 will be used to replace the first percentage D. 212 will be used for the second replacement. And when two number, you have to put in the parentheses. When you do two number, one number you put it outside the parentheses. Okay, so two number we put there, and this is a two number, we call it a tuple. So this is a tuple of two values. T-U-P-L-E, tuple. You get this, okay? That's the use of the formatting print. And in the more advanced course, Python 31, we will teach you the complete version of the slicing and string formatting. Right here, we just give you a simple introduction. Okay, next one. Okay, we can look through the string. So foo equals banana, index starting from 0. While some condition is true, you continue to do this. So this portion belongs to the while statement. Okay. So you will get started from index equals 0, and then you when the index less than the length of the fruit, you assign a fruit's index number. So when index equals 0, you will assign B to the letter, and you print out the index 0 and letter B. And then index increase, then your index become 1. Then you print out 1A, 2N, 3A, 4N, 5A, respectively. Okay? So let's try this one out. Right here, let's do S equals banana. Okay? And then I equals 0. Or let's do while loop. While I less than the length of the S, we do this. Okay. So this one is in idle, you have dot. That means that this while loop had not been finished yet. So let's print the I and the SI. And then this one, you will have I increased. I plus equals 1. Plus equals 1 means it's increased by 1. You can also use I equals I plus 1. And this is the empty line. You hit return. So you get these. Okay, same as the slices. So you can also look into the string if you put every character. This one we talked about it before. Okay, that's same. Okay, this one we have a word called banana, count equals 0. We want to count how many A. So if the letter equals A, our counter will increase, and then we'll print count. Okay, this one, you will check every letter and see if the letter is A. Okay, so that is when you do for every character in the banana, you print out the characters. We call this letter as loop variable. And one iteration is one run of the loop. One run of the loop. Each iteration, the variable can be different. Okay, next one. This one we have banana. So we can have a flowchart. See if it's done. It's done. Actually, is you run out the letters. If not, you get one letter and then print it. Get one letter and then print it. So when we do percentage 4F, 4F is 14-point number and then 4 digit after decimal point. 0.4 means 4 digit. So it will be printed after here. This will be included. So percentage G comma percentage you print 3 for D, 4 for D. You print out 3 comma 4. So here we have more string formatting operators. Okay, we have more string formatting operator. C for character, S for string, I for decimal integer, D for decimal integer, U for Unicode, unsigned integer, unsigned integer. E for floating point in scientific notation. F for floating point. Okay. This portion we kind of are more advanced. You can actually make sure that you have that justified or not. Okay, these are more complicated. Okay, there are some more advanced string functions such as find, count, lower, upper. Let's try this different one out. Okay, just give you some example. So let's assume that we have S equals computer science. Okay, and then S the count on the number of the letter E. You got 3. Okay, that's 3. And then you can say print S the lower. You print the lowercase for the string. You do print S the upper. You convert it to uppercase. Okay, these are the basic operations, the different function. Okay, you can also do strip. What is strip? Let's assume we have a S equals space space A B B B B space 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 space. So let's do print S that strip. So S.3 was to create a new string, but the leading and lagging space are deleted. Now let's look at it. If you have this S and I do print S that right strip, the right side of space will be stripped, but not the left side. If you do print S that left strip, you strip out the left side, but not the right side. Right side still has some space. Okay, then there's another function called for S format. That is formatting a certain string. So that's more complicated. We don't introduce it right here. So here you have a slicing. So you have Monty Python, you have 0 to 4. 0 to 4 means that from 0 up to 4, 4 not included. So you can mount. 6 to 7, 6 to 7 is 6 to 7, but not included 7. So you have a single letter P. 6 to 20, you started from 6. 20, you do not have it, so you print out the whole Python. 20 is out of range. When it's out of range, you will go up to the end of the string. So column 2, you started from the beginning. When you see column, you actually assume it's starting from 0. So up to 229 included, so you come MO. from A to the N, A to another one. This one, if it is missing, you assume it's N, so it's 12 being entered. So you will get THON. If you do column, that is the whole thing, starting from 0, ending at N, so that would be the whole thing. Okay, and then plus sign for concatenation, we know it already. And you can use the in to check if a letter is inside the variable or not. Okay, you can check it as if it is inside or not. And then you can compare to string. So word compared to banana is actually the same. So you print out the same. If word is then banana, you will use the alphabetical order to check it. So basically, you are using the ASCII code to check which one comes first. Less than smaller number means actually it start from it's actually a smaller ASCII code. Okay, here are still many more functions. Okay, we don't touch these different functions. And search is searching for the location of the combination. So when we say put define an A, it will give you 2 because the position of the first occurrence of an A is at 2. You will find Z, you cannot find Z, so you will return -1. -1 means not found. So this uppercase, we know it. You can also do replace. So hello Bob, you can replace the Bob with Jane. So when you print the new string, you get hello Jane. Okay, this string we talked about already. So you can also check if the string start with please or end with something. Okay, this portion are too hard, so we go up to here, okay? One-way selection. Now we have already finished the character and string, so we know some data type, and we go over the basic understanding of Boolean value as well. Now it's time to discuss the programming structure of the selection. So let's look at the one-way selection. So one-way selection, if you have a phi, you set before phi equal phi, you do the following things, okay? And then you print up to phi, before phi, whatever. Actually, here you have a diagram. You have x equals phi, okay? If yes, you're going to do this 3. If not, you bypass them, okay? So if not, you will actually do up to phi, okay? And if it's 6, you will actually say print another one again. You print the similar structure as well, okay? And then you print up to 6. Okay, so this is a little bit complicated. And the indentation is for code block. Okay, let's look at this example. This one is interesting. Let's look at it, okay? So basically, let's go to create a program. Let's call this one new, okay? This one is called one way, okay? Save to the same location we have. Okay, I'm going to save it to the BP2 again. This one is called it one way. Okay, let's get started with the x equals 5. Okay, we do print before 5. Okay, and then we will check if x equals 5. You have a parenthesis, no parenthesis is the same, but that's this here is a Boolean value. With or without it actually doesn't matter. So we print is 5. Okay, and then print is still 5. And then you print. Certify, okay. Okay, up to here. Okay, up to here. Up to here, we run it. Oh, there's an extra quote. Let me delete it. Okay, one more time. Let's see. That's wrong. So x equal 5, you would actually print out before 5, so is 5, still 5. Okay, so 5. So right here, that's actually put it as a 6. Then you only print before 5, and this will be skipped. Okay, so this selector choose not to perform anything. Okay, so that's actually the x equals 5. That's a one-way selection. And the flow chart is like this. Okay, that's actually continuing. So right here, we do have point, okay, afterwards, 5, point, before 6. Okay. If x equals 6, we do the same thing. So let me copy it over since it's repeating similar pattern. So I'm going to change the 5 to 6. But you need to keep the same indentation. So the indentation need to be here. This one is for this if x equals 5. This one right here, this one is for x equals 6. Then you print another one. Print afterwards 6. This afterwards 6 has nothing to do with the if statement. Same thing right here. This afterward 5 has nothing to do with the if statement. I put the print nothing that will give you an extra line of the space. So if we are 6, if we are actually if we are x equals 5, we will print before 5 and then the 3, and then after 5 and before 6 and after 6. I'm sorry, so after 6. One more time. So this one just to show you that the 6 part is bypassed. Okay. So now if we change to 6, then run it, you will get bypass the 5 part, but actually go into the 6 parts. But if we have a 4, then both of them will be bypassed only before 6, 5, after 5, before 6, after 6. Okay, this is the purpose of a single decision, single one-way decision. Okay. Okay, you can turn off the tab, but that's something you can do. Okay, and then you check the indentation level. We are going to bypass this portion. Okay. Okay, these are too complicated, so we bypass this portion. Next one, we are going to talk about nested decision. Okay, nested decision. Nested decision means that inside a if statement, there's another if statement that's called nested decision. So x equals 42. If x greater than 1, we print more than 1. Then inside the greater than 1, we say if it is less than 100, we'll print less than 100, all done, okay? So now if x is 42, you print more than 1. If less than 100, you print less than 100. So both got printed. If we have 120, then you go to the loop, you go to print more than 1, but the less than 100 will not be printed. So this one, you can see it actually divide the whole space into 3 regions. 100. Okay. Under 100, you're going to print nothing. And then from 1 to 100, so from 1 to 100, not including 1, but up to 100, including 100. This portion, you print more than 1 and less than 100. More than 100, and anything, any number, you print more than 1, but not going to print less than 100. And then you print all down in all cases. So let's try this one. Okay, let's try this one. So this is one way we have done. Let's create another one called nested. So we have x equals 42. Okay, if actually x greater than 1, okay, you print more than 1. Okay, if actually x less than 100, you print less than 100. Okay, and then at the end, you're going to print all done. Okay, this is the algorithm. Okay, let's try this one out. Okay, so x equal 42. You print both. Okay, so let's change it to 0. Then nothing will be done, so all done. Okay. And then if you try 101, 101 is more than 1, but not less than 100. So you print more than 1, but not less than 100. Okay, so these are the nested if, some if inside the if. So this whole thing belongs to x greater than 1. Okay. And then this portion belongs to x less than 100. Okay. When it is true, you got wrong. Got wrong. So this is the nested if. Let's move on to the next section. Okay. Next one is two-way or multiple way selection. Okay. So let's look at two-way selection. Let's look at two-way selection first. Okay. So two-way decision is that you may go yes or no on certain thing. Okay. Let's look at two-way now. So this one is save as two-way. So we do have x equals 4. And I say if x greater than 2, then we say print x is bigger. Okay. And then we say else. Else is when you are false. When x greater than 2 is false, your print is smaller. Okay, let's look at this one. So x equals 4, you will get x is bigger all done. Okay. And then you change to 1, you get x is smaller, all is done. Okay, so this portion is for this two-way selection. Okay, then okay, the next one is multiple way. Sometimes you have more than one way. So let's look at this: small, medium, and large. Okay, small, medium, and large. Let's copy the two-way to multiple way. Okay, two-way to multiple way. So actually, when it's less than 2, we call it is small. Okay, next one, we actually would do, okay. So it may be greater than 2, but in less than 10. And this one, we'll call it medium. Otherwise, we'll print as large. So this one, as you can see, you divide the number line by 2 value. Less than 2, this portion is small. Okay, and then greater than less than 10. So in the else part, you belong to this portion. All the else belong to this portion, right? And less than 10, so it would be actually from this point up to 10. This portion, you call it medium. And then greater than 10, you call it large. Okay, so these are the number line will be divided in this case. Okay, so let's try out one. This one should be small. I'm sorry, I'm missing another quote. So 1 is actually small. Let's look at 4. 4, you get medium. Let's try 14. 14, you got large. So this one, as you can see, this one you have these 2 aligned. So 2 you go here, 4 you go this one. Okay, and then the same 10, 2 you will go here, 4 you will go here. But let's assume that we have more than 2 conditions. You may have x less than 1, okay, else if x less than 2, else if. So when the number of labels have more, then this way of writing the program will become a problem. Okay, will become a problem because your program is tilted, not easy to read, and also not in good style. Okay, so to solve this problem, let's actually save this one as multiple way 2. So you can combine this else into an else if statement. And this will not have your program tilted. So you become a 3-way selection. Okay. But you can actually try more. Okay, try more. Try more. You can have another one. L if x less than 20. Okay, and this extra one, we call it extra large. Okay, let's try 22. This becomes 4-way selection. Okay. So that's how we use the multiple way of selections. Okay. Okay, next one we're going to talk about conditional statement. Okay. Conditional statement is that your A can be assigned with 3 if x greater than 4. Otherwise, you will actually assign 4 to A. So the true part over here, false part over here, you will assign the value to A if x greater than 4. If it is true, you assign 3, else you assign 4, okay? So that actually is if conditional statement. Let's look at this one. So let's try another one called conditional. So this one, let's try this, okay? Let's try x equals 7, okay? And then size equals small if x less than 4, else large, okay? And then we print size. So we will assign the size of the shoes. If less than 4, we call it small, okay? Greater than, we call it large. So 7 is large. And we change this one to 2. So size 2 shoes would be a small one, okay? These are the basic simple conditional statement. It's very, very useful. So next one, we have a lab. So this lab is the calculation of salary. So if you will enter 45 hours, enter the rate 10, and you calculate the total number of the money you need to pay, okay? So it will be 40 times 10 plus 5 times 5, okay? So basically, we write the program computation to keep improving 1.5 times the rate for the hour 50, okay? For the extra money, you more than 40 hours. So if up to 40 hours, you pay the base salary for $10. And then any extra hours after 40, they will receive 10 to 15%. Okay. So you will write a program that is. Okay, let's try this one. This one is called salary. So let's see, you have two rate. Base rate is $10. Okay. And then extra rate is actually equal to 15. Okay. This one is the base times 1.5. Okay. So now you will enter hour. Enter the hours, and then okay, but this one you need to convert it to integer after you enter the base salary. So you can put this under the base. But right here, you do not need this one. Okay, so we will X for number of hours and then get this. Okay, so now your base would be up to limit be 40. Okay, so if your hour less than 40, less than equal to 40, you print, okay, hour plus hour, okay, times base. You print this whole thing. Okay, your pay is hour times base. Otherwise, your print, your pay should be 40 times base plus hour minus 40 times extra. Okay. So now it's wrong. So the hour is enter 45. Base the put 10. Okay, it's not supported instance integer. Okay. Basically, hour should also be a string, should be an integer. So let's convert it to integer as well. Sorry for it. Okay. So you enter 45 hours, base $10. You got $475. So it will be the same as what you get right here. Okay. So we will be up to here today. Thank you. Bye now.